So for that reason, I'm going to show the guidance for the component number 3, the team project. The previous class, we have revised the syllabus of the 0457 Global Perspectives course for examination from 2018. Now, today we are going to be reviewing the Global Perspectives guidance document for component 3, which you have attached on the CNET message on the agenda today. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you. Yeah, this is it. This document is the one you have right now. So let's take a look. As I told you, you were to have, each group is going to be divided in 3, or at most in some cases, 4 people. That's why you will need to fill in a form. And the form is going to be this one. Sorry, give me a second. Okay, the internet is a little bit slow, but this is the form that you're going to fill for your team project. Okay, you have to fill in this form. So I know what are the group members of your team and which topic you have chosen. You have the 8 topics here. You have the 8 topics you can choose to develop your team project. Okay, you are going to select one of those, only one of those, and then address any issues of your interest. For example, language and communication, which might be communication barriers. Or it might be impeachment of or difficulties. Why does so few people take the trouble to learn different languages or include languages like sign language or so on. And then the group members, one name and one last name, please, because I cannot guess if there are 2 people with the same name and last name. You're going to fill in this form. The form is going to be attached on the agenda. Okay, so please try to look for it. It's going to be right there. So let's go back to the guidance component number 3. Okay, great. So as the form says, each team is going to choose one topic from the 8 topics outlined in the syllabus. In the syllabus and in the form as well, I wrote each and every one of those. Your team is going to explore different issues within the topic and decide on an issue to focus the project on. Remember, all the previous year, we have been working on topics and extracting the issues and exploring the issues, how to read a little bit about each topic and try to find interest in each issue so we can find a potential solution in the future. Okay, after you have selected one issue, of course, when you explore one topic, you're going to get not only 1 but 2 or 3 issues, and not only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We even made practice of you exploring 15 or 20 different issues of one topic, so you know how to do it. I don't think it's going to be any problem for you to be able to do this. So explore the issues, and even when you explore the issues, you have to get the causes and consequences out of it. So the causes and consequences are issues of their own as well. So you get maybe the dozens of issues. Of those issues, you're going to select only one to try to give a potential solution. Okay, then after you have selected one issue, you're going to research different cultural perspectives, which is very important. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
1 second. So I told you people, I need you to activate your cameras. so I can see that you're listening right there. I told you the previous class before. Okay, let's continue. Just for the record, are you watching this PDF, right? Yeah?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's continue then. After you have explored different cultural perspectives, for example, if we select the topic disease and health, which is one of the team projects topics, we can explore several issues of disease and health, even of the current events. Coronavirus outbreak as a pandemic has shown us how very little prepared are we. Uh, of course, cultural perspectives may differ because it's different how our government sees the things from our perspectives right here, and it's different how Europe sees this as a problem, and even Asian countries or North America or other Latin America or South American countries see this issue of the coronavirus outbreak. So remember how to explore the different cultural perspectives. Maybe national perspective, maybe a local perspective or personal perspectives. At first, to try to be able to plan a course of action, we need to explore different perspectives. Remember that a national perspective is not the one that we are going to ask each one of the people in a country or give a survey to everyone. Okay, national perspectives means in which way the government or the spokesperson in charge is handing out the news, is making the decisions. That's the cultural perspective. Okay, not to be shared by everyone, but the direction in which the country is going to be. For example, in Italy or in Spain or in North America, the amounts of people with coronavirus right now is so astonishing. They are going for the 100,000 of people infected. It's because they preferred to not lose economy during those 2 or 3 weeks, which were critical to spread the virus, and they decided to continue with their normal economy, which was totally different in Latin America, especially in Peru, where as soon as we had less than 50 people infected with this virus, all the economy was paralyzed. Okay, we start the state of quarantine dictated by the country, which was seen as a good move for some Peruvians, but some other Peruvians are still reluctant to this decision. So if we go asking every Peruvian, of course, there are going to be a lot of Peruvian people that do not agree with this decision. But the cultural perspective of our country, because the people in charge are taking the commands, is that we have to stay in quarantine. Okay? That is the cultural perspective. And that's the national perspective. And you need to be very clear about how the national perspective and the personal perspective are totally different, might be totally different in a country or in a city. Okay? So how are you going to explore these perspectives? Now, we have to use either one of those research methods, which is the primary research or the secondary research. But I expect from you that now that we are in state of quarantine, you start with the secondary research. Okay, so try to find information in books. If you don't have any books, just try the internet. There are a lot of journals, a lot of information nowadays. So everyone is going to get information regarding each of the issues that you are selecting. Okay? Yeah, this is also very important, this part. Each member of each group have to keep a record and summary of the research you're completing and present this in the reflective paper. Remember that the component number 3, which is the the team project has the outcome, has the outcome, has a reflective paper, and one component more. Do you know what it is? Extra points. Nobody? The reflective paper, the outcome, and
reflection paper and
explanation.
very good. Okay, Cynthia gets an extra point. I'm going to write it right here. Explanation paper. And even if you didn't know it, I sent you the syllabus, so you should read it. Please read it. Okay, I didn't send it just because I had enough of it. You should read it. Okay, yeah, very good. The outcome. So you're going to write like a log, como un cuaderno de campo que ustedes llevan en CTA, something like that, to record all of the details of your research. What did you do on day number 1, day number 2, or week number 1, week number 2? Which problems did you find? In which way did you overcome these problems as a group? Which are your flaws? Which were your weaknesses that you found? And how did you excel this work? Okay, which strengths did you have to finish your work on time? After this part, you're going to then draw on your research into different cultural perspectives on the issue. Why? After you have every bit of information, you need to select a focus, an objective. Okay, I need to, if you are going to address or to help a local community service, you're going to define in which way you're going to help them with resources. For example, if you want to feed people, homeless people, for example, you have maybe 2 ways of doing it: by raising funds, raising money, or getting donations of food. Okay, you're going to select a name and plan a course of action. Remember, we have done a SMART plan. Okay, a SMART plan: specific, measurable, assignable, realistic, and timely, which is the best way to start doing the plan of our course of action. Where are we going? How are we doing it? Who is in charge of everything? Also, do I have the skills needed to finish this work? Or if not, who is going to help me do it? And when is it going to be finished? Okay, it's a good way to start a course of action. So that is for the part of planning, and that is also going into the log. Now, to finish your outcome and the explanation paper, it is very important for you to know this. Okay, you're going to decide which is the best way to help or to record the course of action that you have selected. For example, if you do speeches, you're going to record the speeches and maybe take pictures or get an attendance list, or if you show slides in your speech, all of those things are the outcome, are what you're doing in order to help you achieve your objectives or your aims. So, as it says here, the outcome must communicate some of the different cultural perspectives researched by the team. So, you don't only want to focus your problem as a local community, but it might be also as a bigger issue, okay, maybe of the city, or maybe show statistics or show results of worldwide research. So your outcome has to show clearly what different groups think about this issue, the issue that you have selected. It is very important that the outcome is directly related to your to what you have done. It has to really show your work, and it has to really address the specific issue you want as an objective. Okay. After you have done the outcome, which is the hardest part of the work of the team project, you have to decide how will you evaluate successfully that you have completed your aim. For example, if you want to raise awareness of, we're going to take as many examples as we can as our current situations. For example, we see nowadays or now in the news that a lot of people are not respecting the quarantine called by the president. In the first weeks of quarantine, we could see a lot of people being arrested for not respecting these measures, these sanitary measures. But now we see those numbers reducing, which is good, which we can see that the effects are beneficial for our community, for our society, for our country. And we can see different things now. For example, yesterday or the day before, now that we are separated, men from women, from going out, today it's time for men. We see a lot of differences. And if we do a survey, that is the way we evaluate the consequences. If we would like to raise awareness of respecting the quarantine, we will have to give a speech, maybe a digital speech, and then afterwards conduct surveys, different surveys, to see if we have made the impact that we want. Okay, if we want to raise awareness regarding bullying, we can, for example, we can today give a speech in a specific school about bullying, and we may return 2, 3, or 4 weeks later to see if our speech made the results we wanted. Okay. Okay. Remember that this is also specified in the SMART plan. Okay. In the measure, in the second step of the SMART plan. How are you going to measure that you're achieving what you wanted to achieve? And then you're going to collectively, which means all of you, the team members, are going to write the explanation, which has to explain why you did what you did. How is your outcome or your course of action connected to the issue that you have selected? Why do you think this course of action is going to help to solve this issue that you found, maybe in your community, maybe in your country? In which way are all of these things coming all together to help you achieve your goal? Okay. And why did you record it? Why did you take pictures? Why did you make a music clip? Why did you make a sketch acting? Okay. And then each one of the members separately, individually, is going to reflect and evaluate the process of the reflective paper. This is why the record or the log is going to come in handy for your reflective paper. Now that you have written everything in your log, in your research log, now that you know what you did, when you did, what were the difficulties, and how did you solve the problems that came out at the time, you're going to write your reflective paper. And is where it's going to also, it needs to summarize the research the learner conducted into different cultural perspectives at the start of the process and by the end of it as well. Okay, what do you need to do to complete this work? Meeting regularly. It doesn't say physically. Okay, so in the meantime, as you don't have a long time to do it, you're going to have to do like virtual meetings like we are having now, like talk by video call or a group call. Okay, because remember that you have to respect quarantine. setting targets and deadlines. Also in the SMART plan, dividing and sharing work, supporting each other with tasks, and keeping a personal log to refer to when writing the reflective paper. All of those things have been specified in the chart above. So you're going to need to review it. Everything is here. This file, remember that this file is attached on the CNET. So I wonder if you have any questions so far. Any questions?
Teacher, entonces lo mando en Word o en PowerPoint.
This work?
Yep.
This work, look, we're going to do it step by step together. I'm not going to leave you, okay? So that's why the first step is that you complete, as I told before, complete the form which is on the CNET page. Here, if we go to secondary fourth, in the agenda, we see the class of today. And this is going to be right here. Look, give me a minute. That is a form that you're going to need to do it. So here, in the notice of today's class, it is the URL as well. Okay, it is updated now. Once you click here, look very closely. Once you click here, it's going to pop up this web page. Okay, you have to select one topic: conflict and peace, disease and health, human rights, which is for the component 3 team project. If you still don't know what a team project is, remember that I have explained it to you several times the previous year, and it is also the explanation on the syllabus that I posted in the previous class. Where is the previous class? In the agenda as well. Here, the first class, we have here the syllabus. Okay, take a look at it, review it, and today's class is this guidance for component 3. And you need to fill in this form. Remember, only groups of 3 people. Okay, only groups of 3 people, not more, not less. If someone is without a group, message me, because I can arrange your group as well. If you don't have a group, you're going to choose your own groups, so you're going to have the freedom of that. Any questions so far?
Teacher,
Yeah.
our reflections must be written on the same reflective paper?
What do you mean directions? You mean like the reference, the links, the web page?
The reflections, or reflections.
In the same, look, for the team project, you present 3 things, right? The outcome. It might be, it is all digital, remember, okay? But the outcome is maybe one file where you have collected all the pictures, or you have recorded the video of your song, or the slides that you shown in a speech, anything that gives valid credit that you did what you said you were going to do. Okay, that is the outcome. Now, 2 different things are the reflection paper and the explanation paper. The explanation paper and the outcome are one for all the team. One outcome for all the team and one explanation paper for the whole team. And the reflective paper is one of each group, okay? It's one for each one of the group. For example, if in this group is Cynthia, Adriano, and Sadaf, I need of that group one outcome, one explanation paper, and 3 reflective papers, one of Cynthia, one of Adriano, and one of Sadaf. That is the component number 3. Okay? Understood?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, very good. That is the component number 3. Any other questions? No? Great. Look, somebody was raising the hand. I don't know who it was because I cannot watch it from my phone. Nobody wanted to speak, I think. Okay, moving on. That is the component number 3. For the component number 1, okay, we have only 10 more minutes, so we'll try to do haste. For the component number 1, which is also in the syllabus, for the component number 1, which was the written examination, remember, I'm repeating some of the stuff because there are more people here. For the component number 1, which is a test of 1 hour and 15 minutes, are how do you prepare yourself for this? All of those stuff are in your book, and we have been doing it in the past year. Okay, all of the exercises of, okay, select a topic, explore the issues, find perspectives. When we read the different paragraphs of information, and when we read and decided which was the perspective of the national perspective, which was a local perspective, which was a personal perspective, or which was a global perspective. All of those activities, what is value judgment, what is an opinion, what is a prediction, everything, all of those stuff are coming in the written examination. Okay? This test is not easy, but if you practice enough, if you have the skills of reading and understanding at the same time, you're going to have a wonderful time. It's going to be very easy for you. Okay? So please, I ask you, take advantage of this time at home and start reading a lot of news. Start getting yourselves with a lot of information. Another way to prepare for this test is to watch the topics of each component and read something about it. In the test, there might be one paragraph of demographic change, one paragraph of globalization, and one of migration. And if you don't know anything about any of those, you're going to struggle with the test. So please, I ask you, read the syllabus and try to find some things that you like about it. At least understand small things about each one of the topics. We are going to do in the following classes some work in a lot of these topics, but we won't cover it all. It is impossible. There is just too much information for us to go through. So that's why you need to start doing it on your own. In the component number 2, in which way do you prepare yourself for it? Okay. In the component number 2, which is the individual report, you're going to select one of the topics area. Remember that the 8 topics for the written examination are different from the 8 topics of the individual report and are different of the topics for the team project. So take that into account. Don't take it as don't mix the topics because you won't get points for that. Okay, please be very careful about it. In the individual report, you of course need to select your preferred topic area, because you are going to explore different issues and different perspectives regarding that issue. Okay, different perspective, but this needs to be based on a lot of information. This needs to be based on journals, on scientific reports and research, or media, on news, and a lot of things. So try to gather a lot of information of this. Remember, and look, from now on, I'm going to give you 2 weeks for your first draft of your individual report. So you have a lot of work to do. On 22 of April, that is the deadline for the individual report. For your draft, I don't want your finished work. I need to know that you are researching your topic, you're exploring your perspectives, and you're analyzing a lot of information. Have your book at hand, review it, try to read it. Okay, Carlos is writing me something. Yep. That's true, Carlos. If you had a group of the previous year, you just have to submit it to the form. Fill the form, and then that's how I will know that you're going to keep your group, or you want to change it, because some of you may have left the school. I don't know. Okay? So you just fill the form. You may keep your old groups if you want to. You're going to send me the draft, as I was saying, for April 22. It's not going to be of 1,500 or 2,000 words. Only 1,000 words. I need your draft. Look, if you don't send me by that deadline, I won't check your individual reports. And the sooner you send me your drafts, the better I can help you. In which way? I won't tell you what to write, what not to write. If you need to, if your title is right, if your title is wrong, I can't help you in that way. But what I can do to you is to give you some ideas to research, give you some sources of information that you may visit to help your individual report. Okay, that is the only way I can do it. Also, you're going to get a lot of PDF cards that I'm going to send to you. I'm going to explain very briefly of all the individual report class by class. But in the meantime, I want you to do one individual report as a draft for April 22nd, and you try to do it in a similar way that you did your research report on the previous year. Okay, do it similar. One question, different sources of information. Try to analyze different sides, different perspectives, different viewpoints on this issue, and then try to decide which was the best answer for you. Okay, in that way, just that as a draft. Okay, we're going to change it over the time. We have 1 year to do it. And that is for the individual report. As of now, start working on your team project, and the real class of global perspectives, for that saying, is going to start next week, where we are going to do modules online of global perspectives. Okay, this is what we are doing. The introduction of global perspectives, research, analysis, data, and of the assessment objective number 1, which is the research, analysis, and evaluation. Teacher, what is assessment objective? Why there is an AO1? In the previous class, I totally explained about the assessment objectives. If you don't know, if you weren't in that class, if you didn't read the syllabus, then you're in a lot of troubles, because the assessment objectives are on the syllabus. Where? Here. Assessment objectives 5.2. Research, analysis, and evaluation. Oh, yes, teacher. There they are. Research, analysis, and evaluation. Great. So just take a look at your syllabus, and then on the next class, we are going to be developing each of the assessment objectives and try to guide you how to do your individual report and your team project properly, as well as with a lot of exercises, virtual exercises, to help us get ready for our written examination for component 1. I think that would be it. I don't know if you have any questions. Any questions?
No, teacher.
All clear?
No, teacher, ninguna.
All clear?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good. I hope to see you the next class, which is going to be the next week. So please stay in touch and respect the quarantine, eat properly, sleep well. Goodbye, students.
Goodbye,
Bye,
teacher.
Bye.
Goodbye.